second in Alabama, Merf third in Alabama. Dominant all around. Both of these two also made top 8 singles at Evolution. So they're maybe trying to get a dominant performance right here as well at Home Sweet Home 2. Yeah. So it does see how we get into this game. We do see the Samus and Pyra Mythra. And it does seem as if Merf is gonna be playing Rob, while Kip will be playing Merf will be playing Chrom, while Kip will be playing Rob here. Which is gonna be a little bit interesting, guys, to this up. Of course, we think of many sides in which like Rob can just kill you. But I'm pretty sure Kip also has a Joker to date. So kind of surprised the Joker isn't coming out, because I do see in many ways in which Joker has that mobility, has that Arsene as well to get some early kills with team battles. So I want to see what their game plan here is. And already taking an early stock off of Jin with that recovery, not able to get themselves like a light of day. It seems you're going to be taking your first stock here too. Let's get into also Yellow Team with regards down to this setup. Of course, you do have many options to get off, but both these characters get kind of overwhelmed. Like Pyra Mythra gets overwhelmed off stage. Dark Samus gets kind of overwhelmed by just rush downs in general. If you don't have that frame data, you don't have that room, then it can just be a very big force and a very big hassle for both of these two to like get their gaze on the door. So it's gonna be a little bit scary to see how this all comes into play. But blue team already starting off hard with 6 stocks to 4. Both of them be able to hold off their lead and able to stack up more and more damage. But already gonna be Merf's the last stock right there. Not able to get that back here. I actually think he went for forwarders there, just in case if you hit if he accidentally hit Kip with that backer, that might be able to take that life. And we just actually saw a big thing that's gonna be coming into this doubles team that we're gonna get into, and that is Rob's down throw. Rob's down throw is very long lasting, able to get off, and because throws have invincibility is able to like allow big hits such as like that Chrom forward slash that we just saw right there. So maybe that is why Kip is going for that Rob right here. Able to get a lot more of those grabs and a lot of those kill combos super early if you're able to get themselves and get that positioning right. Right, that back here gonna be taken off. Mitch07. Seems as if the Yellow team has had so much issues to really get their saps going. They've just been more so focused on escaping. And as a result, like, Kip and Merf have just been so comfortable throughout the set. They've just been so comfortable to be able to like get their games going, get their own combos and edge guards, and they've yet to really be in like a very uncomfortable position. If you're gonna have to see what you change up here, you have to like catch on landings more. You have to catch onto the situations in which you get into a couple areas. And you have to start like using their own team game against them. Many ways you want to set up for those combos, use that as counter actions. Use that as ways to reverse it on the game. And we sort of see right there, Yellow team starting to bring some sort of life into them, evening this game back up, even when they were down 2 stocks apiece. Down throw up air, not able to get the DI. You have to catch where that Rob is drifting, where you'll be able to just like catch yourself, like getting so many uncomfortable positions. And now it is so hard for Samus to recover, especially against Rob, trying to get themselves back off stage. But with this ledge trapping that Kip and Merf have going on, it's so hard to like get yourself in any ways comfortable. Like you have to hope for a miracle or some ways to separate the two. But like Merf just is so good at catching landings and holding down to the advantage state that it seems as if your life has just been depleted. The dread is now on for Yellow team. It is now on for Mitch07 and Jin to find some sense of an answer. Let's see what changes up right here. You sort of saw as well that they did start to play a little bit better than the end. They started to be able to really set up a lot more of like catches landings and be able to get some more of those hits. However, like the main issue with Yellow team has been they've yet to really have room to really set up the things they want. And maybe you need at least a wider stage to be able to set up those positions. So, and I definitely see this Joker change coming in, definitely because of the stage. And we have to see how this will also change up a play. So Kip gonna be going that phenomenal Joker that we get to see many times in the Alabama scene. And yep, Alabama Joker, well actually Battlefield Joker is definitely a way I like that pick. definitely preferred Joker on the stage over the Ra, and maybe just wanting more so of that speed to be able to go off with it. You want to be able to maneuver a lot of these positions better. Gotta get into this grab. However, actually, pretty sure merf also changed their characters too. Merf actually going Wolf instead. So I'm wondering if just the Chrom team, they had some issues of confidence, or maybe they want to mix up their opponents. Or maybe they just see a case where, okay, we go this team on this stage, this team on this stage, and they just play more so comfortably 2 stage counter picks. And I always say as to why secondaries are always good on this stage in this game. It's just sometimes counter picking can even work against their opponents if you have characters that are just so good on other stages. And this ledge trapping that Kip is setting up is going to be a very hard case, a hard position to try and find your way around. Alright, back though, going to be setting yourself off stage. But okay, the back air going to at least save Jin from that situation. Fourth though, setting into a little bit of those combos. To see how you get yourselves a little bit more comfortable in the situation. And the downer, unfortunately, gonna be taking the trade with those two. And now we're back to an even 4-4 game. Okay, I do want to see what Jin and Mitch's game plan is, however, with regards to this battlefield pick. I do know that when we've seen players such as Cosmos counter pick, many stages that they do like to go is that battlefield. Once you take away the Talent City, Battlefield Pyra Mythra is just a very dominant force to be reckoned with. However, when we get into like edge guards and stage control, Joker is just very good on the stage. So I do want to see how that will also change up and how that will be able to shape up better. Dash attack, gonna be separating the two. Oh, very scary situation for Mitch07 trying to recover. It seems as if merf maybe didn't catch your eye on the cries. Gonna get yourself F-spots by Jin. And honestly, maybe you might need to start utilizing that rage that's on the Pyra Mythra. You really trying to find at least some sense of a grab or some sense of a good combo to maybe get themselves in a comfortable area. And that stage control from Kip and merf have just been super phenomenal. Like, merf covering that center stage, Kip covering those ledges. It just has so many issues for Yellow Team to be able to at least get themselves on the board. I just think that's just been the storyline of this entire set. Stage control, advantage, like finding ways to land. Mitch and Jin have just not had that at all. It's just allowed Kip and merf to get so many comfortable areas. So many things to go. Oh, overextension coming in from merf, but with this lead, can Jin and Mitch find some sense of a stitch to stitch up these wounds and find some ways to at least get themselves on the board? Okay, they're now back to an even stock game. This is not over in any sense of a word. They're able to bring this back. Maybe play careful. Jin cannot lose this stock though. Jin, you need to start taking the backseat. You need to start being a little bit careful here. Because if you are Yellow Team here, you do not have a ways to like just recover uncomfortably. I think that overextension just caught Jin in the ass right there. Because you do not want to lose the stock, and we just saw how dominant this team plays with stage control in 2v1 scenarios. So this might actually be it for Mitch07. Of course, maybe with this battlefield layout, you can find something better. Maybe a kill steal, or maybe some ways to like separate those two. But with just how they control stage, it's just so hard to land, so hard to just mix up positions. Dude, the lights just went out right there. That parry was just like that flash before your life. Literally all sorts of flashbacks we just saw right there with that parry and that flash. And goodness gracious, Kip and merf playing as dominant as ever. Gonna be taking that game and moving on into winners top 8. That was just phenomenal stage control all around throughout that scenario. So that's gonna be going to the case. Bomb size. It's gonna be cheered for Jin and Mitch, but unfortunately, those two are gonna be going into losers. Of course, not out of it in any shape of the way. Have to see how that will all change up in this position. Of course, it has one more round to get into this top 8, and it's gonna see how we get into a little bit of the set. I think we might actually be getting Ataraxia and Monsoon versus C2 and the Bricktator. Those two haven't started this set yet. So we might be getting those two on stream in just a little bit. So we'll have to see how that will all shape up. In the meanwhile, let's get into a little bit as to what